As America's population ages, the in-home care industry is experiencing one of the fastest growth curves in the healthcare sector. One company is meeting that demand with a business model centered on personalized support, safety, and quality of life for seniors.
Aging in place is incredibly important, not just to the seniors, but actually to the ecosystem of the healthcare system. We need to make sure that seniors can age in place, which seniors want to do. Overwhelmingly so. 90% of seniors want to age at home, and we're part of making sure that they do that in a safe way.
As the CEO of Comfort Keepers North America, that is exactly what Natalie Black and her team focus on each and every day. It's a journey that began more than 25 years ago.
Christina Butler was a registered nurse, and she saw a need that she needed clients to be able to stay at home and stay safely and engaged. And that's really where Comfort Keepers was created, around a kitchen table with her family, talking about this need and deciding on the future. Comfort Keepers is very much focused on elevating the human spirit. And what that means for us is that it's important to keep seniors safe at home, absolutely, but we don't stop there. We make sure that seniors stay engaged, and that actually makes it so that they stay healthier for longer. So really important for the health of the senior. There very much is a science and medicine-backed approach to all of this, to keeping people mentally engaged, and that translates to physical well-being.
Their workforce is paramount to the mission.
Caregiver training is really an important piece of who we are, and there's a lot of different ways that we do train, and there's a lot of specializations within that as well. So we focus on virtual training, in person, and then continued training throughout the time the caregiver is with us. On top of that, we also focus on caregiver disease-specific training. So a caregiver that is interacting with a client that has Alzheimer's needs a different level and type of training than somebody that is working with a senior that just needs companion care. We invest very heavily in recruitment and retention is actually a very key point of it, because our caregivers just keep getting better and better with the more experience they have, and the last thing you want to be doing is replacing that group of people. So we have phenomenal caregivers, and we make sure we keep them.
In fact, employers are also recognizing that one of the most significant stress drivers for today's workforce is the responsibility of caring for aging parents. Comfort Keepers office services designed to ease the strain on employees who are balancing full-time work with caregiving for aging parents. Gerontologist and author Sherri Snelling explains.
Most companies have employee assistance programs, and that's where employees can tap into different things, whether it's wellness, whether it's behavioral things that they can do, telehealth, all different kinds of services that are provided. And now caregiving is becoming one of those big services. Employees now are looking for companies that will support them in their caregiving role. And so this is becoming a powerful tool for employers to use for both recruiting new talent employees, but also retaining and creating that kind of loyalty that they want among their employees. Today, we have 7 million adults who are living with Alzheimer's, and that's a number that's going to continue to grow as we all live longer and we still are searching for a cure. So the challenge for family caregivers is, how do you keep a loved one with dementia or Alzheimer's in their home, but also keep them safe, also make sure that they're being watched over and their needs are being met. And again, this is one of the great services that Comfort Keepers can provide, because that dementia home care is now becoming one of the top things that a lot of employees who are caregiving are looking for.
For employers, the correlation is clear. Employees who know their loved ones are receiving personalized, uplifting care experience lower stress levels, fewer unplanned absences, and greater ability to stay focused on work. That translates directly into improved productivity and reduced presenteeism, two metrics that human resources leaders track closely.
Family caregiving is such a huge part of the care ecosystem, and we are absolutely not there to replace that. We're there to work with it. And so we provide respite. We find a way for families to move forward so that the challenges of an aging senior don't become so heavy on a family where they feel that all that responsibility sits just with them. We so often hear that families feel relieved once they start services with us. The family then knows that there's somebody there caring for their loved one, and it brings a real peace of mind.
When it comes to family caregiving, and in-home care, we often default to the physical care of a loved one. But we know there's so much more than that. It really is holistic. It is about the emotional side of care. It's about, relieving that loneliness, and it's about creating and sparking joy. And that's one of the things that Comfort Keepers does so well, because they provide all those different services that really fulfill those different needs that an employee who's also caregiving for a loved one is going to need.
Thus creating a win-win situation for all. And Comfort Keepers is dedicated to making a difference.
I'm incredibly excited about the future for Comfort Keepers. We will continue growing throughout the U.S. and Canada in a way that continues to work with our healthcare partners to make sure seniors stay safe.